This video is designed to help you start a snow cone business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a snow cone business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful snow cone business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. A snow cone business is an ideal candidate for your summer side hustle. The margins are incredible, you get to be outside soaking up the sun, and you're giving people a constant stream of sugary ice. What could be better than making money, and making people happy, at the same time? Before we discuss how to start a snow cone business, let's take a look at the profit potential. Everyone loves a snow cone, those sweet, flavor-packed mountains of shaved ice in a cup. But have you ever considered running a snow cone business? Snow cones represent a sizable segment of the massive $53 billion U.S. frozen desserts market. With low overhead and startup costs, you could provide countless people with tasty treats, while grabbing a slice of that market and making a good living. Of course, starting any kind of business takes hard work and a good deal of knowledge. Before starting any business, you should make sure it's going to be right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. Running a snow cone business is fun and relatively straightforward, but it may not be for everyone. There are many important factors to consider when launching a new snow cone business. New snow cone business owners need to put together a comprehensive plan that takes into account all of the different elements of their business. This includes everything from the initial startup costs, funding, to the day-to-day operations and marketing strategy. Furthermore, new business owners need to be realistic about their goals and expectations. It is also important to have a solid understanding of the competition. With a well-thought-out plan, new business owners can increase their chances of success. Choosing a name. There are a few things you should keep in mind when choosing a name for your snow cone business. First, you want to make sure the name is memorable and easy to spell. You also want to avoid anything that could be perceived as offensive or suggestive. Additionally, it's important to choose a name that reflects the type of snow cone business you're running. Before you start investing your time and money into this new business venture, you'll need to contact your local health department and zoning board. There may be regulations on starting this type of business in your area. Some towns, cities, and counties consider shaved ice to be a food item or a consumable, where others do not. After doing your research, we recommend calling your local health department. Obviously, you don't want to start purchasing your business essentials if your town doesn't allow the sale of shaved ice. You'll also need to contact your local zoning board to see if any special permits are needed for your location. At this time, you'd want to decide whether you're going to be a mobile shaved ice stand, or a brick-and-mortar store. Determine your location. This will probably be the most important step when starting your business. Determining a good location is key. You want enough foot traffic to generate a good amount of business throughout the day. An ideal location would be at the corner of two intersecting highways, or busy streets with a nearby neighborhood. Also, check and see if there are any competing shaved ice businesses in that area. Getting your machine. You must have a machine to start a shaved ice business. There are two types of machines, cube ice shavers, and block ice shavers. Block ice shavers use large, solid blocks of rectangular or cylindrical ice. This is important to remember because you will need to make your own ice, if you cannot find a local ice distributor. This can play a major role in your machine choice. The cube ice shavers use cubes of ice that are typically 1 inch in size, and can be found readily available at local grocery and convenience stores, making the cube ice shaver a hassle-free option. The only drawback with a cube ice shaver is it will not produce the finest and fluffiest like the block ice shavers. Designing your shaved ice business. Deciding how to theme your business is also essential. Marketing this type of business, or any business, is highly important. You want to choose a theme that is attractive and eye-catching, to draw in more customers. From a Hawaiian theme to a chilly, cold theme, the possibilities are endless. Developing your customer base. In general, people who see your vibrant and well-built stand or trailer will come when you display your open sign. However, it is very important to take extra steps in marketing your new business to the public. When you are ready to open, contact the local Chamber of Commerce so they know a new business is opening in town. We also recommend contacting someone at your local news outlets. They will often do news stories on newly established self-owned businesses in the area. In addition, we recommend doing a free tasting on the first day you open. This is a good way to kick off your customer base from the beginning, and encourage them to keep coming back. Another great idea is to implement customer loyalty cards, and other customer appreciation offers, to continue growing your customer base. The next part of the video is not specific to the snow cone business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the snow cone business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful snow cone business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a snow cone business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free snow cone business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.